right, we're back with another Couch Potato General Manager video. We have a 7-round mock draft featuring the Houston Texans. Joining me is CPGM Drew and CPGM Headley. If you're new to the channel, you may not have seen CPGM Headley, but he's been in the background for quite some time now. He's back with us, back on the forefront, and we're getting into these mock drafts as we get closer and closer to the actual draft, getting to these 7-round mock drafts, 7-round variety. We have the Houston Texans, 3rd overall. They also have the 13th overall selection. Gentlemen, are we selecting here? Are we trading down? What's the thought process?
I think it's a team that would benefit from trading down, but this is also a team that needs talent, period, all over the place. And they have damn good players at the very top of this draft that they could go for, and you could just plug and play and go to work. Again, this is going to be a team with a slow burn. It's going to take a while for them to build it up. And I think that, just grabbing the best player that they have on the board and going I'm a lean towards just let's draft the best player. Let's not trade down.
Yeah, I think it all determines on their draft grade on these tackles. The first 2 picks are edges off the board. They need to rebuild that offensive line. They need to get back to running the football. So, if you have your draft grade between Neal and Ikem, I think those are the 2 guys that you're looking at right here. You want to secure the one you like the most. And to me, it's Ikem. I think this guy could be a all-pro guard. He could be a pro bowler tackle. So I think you start him at tackle. And if it doesn't pan out, you got an all-pro guard right there. I just think the upside is just too much to pass on right here with Ikem at number 3.
I agree with you. I agree with that assessment. I think the Texans need to address the offensive line, specifically to bolster the running game. They were awful this past year. But there are a group of Texan fans who feel that offensive line isn't necessarily the direction that they need to go. In fact, they're looking for a playmaker here. And the reason why they feel that way is because they believe Titus Howard's been playing out of position. They think he's far better at tackle while they've been playing him at guard. So there is that out there. But still, with that being said, they're not a position group of strength. I think some of those individuals may be underestimating the upside that Ekwonu actually has, and his floor for that matter, and his floor. Those that feel that he is a guard, they believe that it's too early for a guard. You have Titus Howard under contract. Okay, he's not under contract beyond this year, as far as I know. So there's that question mark as well. Are you ready to move on from him altogether? Would you play Ikem at guard and let Howard play right tackle, see what happens? What's your thought process with that?
If you like Titus Howard, you got Tunsil. If you feel like you're good in tackles and you don't want to draft a guard this early, which will be Ikem moving from tackle to guard, to me, the best player in this entire draft is Sauce Gardner. So if you want a playmaker on the boundaries, on the outside to lock down receivers, you got him. But to me, man, I always look at the division you're in, man. The division that this team is in is trenches, physical, run the football, and I want to get stronger there. So for me, it will be Ikem. But if you want to get the best player in the draft, to me, that's Sauce Gardner. If you're fine with Titus Howard at tackle.
I'll push back just because of it's Lovie Smith, cover 2 defense. Are you wasting Gardner in that scheme? If you're taking him at number 3. That's my only pushback there.
What's your thought regarding the Howard situation, Drew?
So here's my question. Tunsil is playing left tackle, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Are you going to move Ikem to right tackle, and is he going to be comfortable there? Because if that's the case, and I'm going to get to Howard here in a second, I go Neal, because Neal can play either side. In terms of Titus Howard, man. And you threw a wrench in there, bro. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, man. It came out recently. I mean, it was a foregone conclusion for a while for me in terms of the offensive line, but it's an interesting conversation. It's an interesting thought here.
Is he that bad at guard, or is he that good at tackle? That might be the question.
I think he's certainly better at tackle. I think that's his actual true position. He struggled at guard.
What about edge? Edge then. I know the first 2 guys were edge rushers, but this is stacked with edge rushers at the top. You got a Trayvon Walker still out there. Maybe you go somewhere like that because this team needs help everywhere. The entire team. So
The thing about edge for me is a certain level of depth there. So it really does. It really becomes a question about your offensive line, right? Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable kicking Howard back out to his original position at right tackle? If we're of the mindset that Ikem is a left tackle, that's where we want to play him. That's where he's going to begin his career, right? Because he hasn't played anything else to this point. Right. We do believe that he could make the transition to guard, certainly. Some people feel he's more guard than he is tackle. If that's the case, is it too soon to draft a player like that? I don't necessarily agree with that notion.
They got somebody in the division named Quentin Nelson.
Yeah,
they played against him. Man. He could have been the first pick that year. That's
he was the best player in the draft. He was the best player in that draft. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, and I'm gonna say this. So if we go Ikem and we put him in at guard, kick Howard out to tackle, now you're talking about, okay, now our offensive line is formidable, right? We've essentially, for the most part, maybe fixed our offensive line. We got a little bit more work to do, but that was an eyesore for us. And if drafting here Ikem at number 3 fixes our offensive line, I mean, I don't care. I mean, let's do it. Let's go Ikem, man. Let's talk about him playing guard, kicking Howard out to tackle, and hit us down in the comment section.
Now, one more wrinkle.
Oh, here we go.
I appreciate your conviction there, but one more wrinkle. Mm-hmm. You mentioned it before. You alluded to it before. Evan Neal's played all over the offensive line.
Right.
Because the concern about Ikem is that, again, we think that he has the skill set, but could that potentially, detract from his development? Moving him into guard, a position that he's never played before. Evan Neal's played about 3 different positions, all right? Both tackles positions and guard as well. So do you go Evan Neal from that perspective?
Well, now it comes down to highest floor. Mm-hmm. I mean, Neal is the safest offensive line in this draft across the board, as far as I'm concerned. Because you know exactly what you're going to get from whatever position that he plays. I don't think it matters. So you want to play it safe? Or do you want to say, hey, listen, I'm looking for Quentin Nelson out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for it. We may not get it. It may not work out. But if it works out, you know what I'm saying? Like, we hit.
Run left.
Yeah, run left.
I'm good either way. I just wanted to flesh out the entire of the scenario.
We out here. You are boiling oil, bro, in the back, bro, and you throwing water in it, bro. Like, what's going on? I'm comfortable with Ikem, man. What you saying? What you saying?
Ikem to me is to me the upside, and he, like I said, he could be an all-pro guard. You have Tunsil, Ikem. If he doesn't work out, then
Tunsil could be on the move. After this year, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Any number of different things can happen here. So after much debate, deliberation, we're gonna go with Ekwonu.
We're not doing safe out here. We're not doing safe.
We're going upside.
Yeah. That's the word I was looking for. Upside.
We didn't even mention Kyle Hamilton there. Y'all wouldn't have when Kyle Hamilton there. Playmaker on the back.
You said Sauce was the best player in the draft, so I
Kyle Hamilton's the second best player in the draft.
let me ask you something. If you could draft a player that's going to eliminate the tight end as an option for teams, would you draft him at 3? Because to me, that's part of what he can do. Is just eliminate the tight end as an option, or whoever's in the slot as an option.
Not when I have issues along both sides of my line of scrimmage.
Exactly.
That's just me.
Okay.
I'm the same way. Like I said, I go back to that division. The Colts, they're going to run the football. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about Jacksonville. The Titans. They're going to run the football. So in this division, you want to be able to stop the run and be able to run the ball as well. So
okay. So with our first pick, or the 3rd overall pick, we definitely took a big step towards running the ball more effectively. Here we are now on the clock, 13th overall. Are we addressing the defensive line? Our top edges are gone, right? Thibodeau, Hutchinson went 1-2. Walker went 7th overall, and then Jermaine Johnson went 10th to the Jets.
Yeah. If Jermaine Johnson fell, I think that would have been a nice physical force for them right there.
Scoop him right there.
He's a physical guy.
Let's see.
Do you go get a receiver opposite Brandon Cooks, the recently reminted Brandon Cooks?
I think it's either going to be. Well, I mean, see, the problem is I might even go corner here. The problem is I don't like the cover 2 scheme. If you're going to sit in that, I mean, you don't need superstar corners. You just need guys who are going to do their job.
Yeah, I think
and are willing to tackle.
You think about willing to tackle cover 2? I think Andrew Booth is a beast. I don't know if it might be a little too early here. I'm not sure how early he's gonna go, but
I don't know.
You don't know?
Baller.
No, he is.
No. I'm okay
tackling.
with him at this point. I don't think it's too soon for him. That's just me. You know. So we don't necessarily see the defensive lineman that we covet at this juncture.
What does safeties look like, real quick?
You got Daxon Hill signed and Petrie, and then you got the 37th and 68th picks coming up in day 2. Right. So talk to me. What is it? We're not concerned about receiver, guys. Oh, you want to go receiver?
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, yeah, we could go receiver.
I was just about to ask if Jordan Davis is still did not. He just picked before.
Yeah, he just went.
That would have been a big force in the middle.
Oh, you know what? How about Devonte Wyatt? Is he gone?
No, he's there.
You need the 3 technique.
You do need technique.
He is the 3 technique of the class. Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
Got Liel, Winfrey, your boy Logan Hall out there. Is there enough separating Wyatt and those guys to go Wyatt here 13th overall?
How you feeling? Are you comfortable with that? Or you think
what about trade down opportunity? Think we could
something that
explore that?
We can explore, certainly. Who might that trade down partner be? What about the Chiefs? I think the Chiefs have a ton of needs, and I'm not sure how certain I should say that they would actually do this. Let me see whether or not it's something that they would even consider, because they have quite a few needs, but.
Gonna drop 16 spots?
They're not doing that. Okay. Maybe Green Bay. Let's see what Green Bay has to say. Where are they?
Looking for the teams with multiple first-round picks.
Yeah.
We're 80s.
What do y'all think about that?
I'm good with it, bro.
You drop down 9 spots. You have a lot of needs on your team. You get 2 additional first-round picks. I like it. If I was to stay packed, the Devonte Wyatt selection will be interesting here, and Andrew Booth or Wyatt. I think if you drop down to 22, you still might have a shot at one of them. So, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, and I think this puts Green Bay in a position to go get any receiver they want outside of Garrett Wilson. So, just pull it.
It fell to us. Why? They both still out there.
So who do you get first? Is the question.
I like Wyatt first because
Wyatt first.
Yeah, middle of that defense. Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry,
and the other zone corner was off the board too. McDuffie went before Booth.
Yeah, but I think if we decide to go corner at 28th overall, we're gonna find a good player here. If we decide to go in that direction. Because you got Booth, Elam, McCreary. Elam probably isn't a great schematic fit, but McCreary is a guy that Booth or McCreary I'd be comfortable with at 28 if you want to go corner. And then of course we can look at the edge too. That's an option as well. Traylon Burke's still out here. Man, hunting wild boars out here, man. You know what I'm saying? With a Bowie knife, bro. Like
let's go Traylon Burks, bro. I don't think you can pass him up here, man. Let's do it.
Receiver?
Yeah, let's go receiver, and whether the corner or Wyatt got to be there at 28.
Okay. Hadley, how do you feel about that?
Honestly, I like Wyatt here, but I'm thinking about I want some physical. I want something nasty in the trenches, man. With the first selection, we got Icky nasty in the trenches on the offensive side. So I like something like Wyatt, nasty on the defensive side. Traylon, you can't be mad at Burks though. Him and Brandon Cooks, I think that would make a good duel right there.
Yeah, I'm of the mindset that we go Wyatt here. As much as I'm intrigued by that, Drew. Traylon Burks here. I am intrigued by that, but I know Texas fans want that playmaker, and he certainly fits the bill. I don't think he gets past Dallas though. That is Wyatt.
No,
Now we could pivot. We could
right.
pivot to a Phidarian Winfrey maybe in the second round. You know, that's something that can be done. But
go, bro. Go ahead, Wyatt.
Wyatt. All right, let's do it.
Wyatt, bro. Cross your fingers, Texans fans.
We got another first round coming up.
Oh,
there you go.
Right there.
There they go. Hurt.
Works it in booth.
All right. So, where does that leave us?
Different position.
I think Johan.
I like Johan Dotson.
I like Johan Dotson. I think they could improve the edge as well. If you want to go back, double down on the defensive line, and then of course you got my guy Roger McCreary out here. You know, it's a baller. Got two very good safeties, 3 actually.
Yeah, 3 good safeties right there.
Let's take a look at our selections. Yeah. So we have the 28th, the 37th.
You get 2 more starters right there.
Yeah,
I think so.
So the safety, I think, will be there. Although I'm really high on Seam, but I think he would work well in that cover 2 scheme.
I like the depth at edge, so I'm not pressed to go edge here. Although you know, there's some nice ones here, bro.
Mafe, bro.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like Boye Mafe, bro.
Mafe beast.
So you get your Wyatt, and now you get your Mafe. And your D line is, I'm not saying it's set, but I'm saying it's set.
So Dotson's gonna get picked here, and then one of the picks.
I kind of like Dotson here because there's a lot of good receivers, but I think Dotson is above the rest of the guys.
Yeah,
George Pickens have some upside, but
Christian Watson.
No. Oh yeah. I like him over Christian Watson. Okay. I know you guys love Watson. You see him at the Senior Bowl, but I like Dotson over all of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Dotson here.
Dotson? I'll take Dotson.
Yeah, let's go get a playmaker. Let's go get Dotson, and then we'll come back and see what the board has to offer in the form of an edge, perhaps, or even corner.
I'm taking Dotson under protest. Take him under protest.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy outside of Dotson? Mafe, right?
Mafe, yeah. But it's too versatile. Go ahead.
I don't think either one is going to. So do we see redundancy in terms of Dotson and Cooks? I mean, I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Do you feel there's redundancy? You think there's two distinct players, right?
Yeah.
Johan can do whatever you need him to do, bro. There's no.
And then the edge, I think he still got guys like Bonito out there from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
If you miss out on Mafe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let's pull the trigger on Johan Dotson here.
Oh, there we go.
Go ahead. Let's get it.
Boye.
We done made the move. We did the right thing.
Yeah, we did the right thing.
All right. Let's see how it worked out here. Okay. See my boy Roger McCreary there. Kansas City, they decided to take that red shirt on Ojabo. Daxton Hill, definitely can see him going in the first round. Kenny Pickett. Okay.
Ryman he's stuck with the Jaguars. That was
apparently he's not getting past there, bro. Boye Mafe's the pick. It worked out very well for us.
It only happens like that on draft day.
All right. So to this point, we have Ekwonu with the 3rd overall pick, followed by Devonte Wyatt, pursuant to a trade down. So made a trade with Green Bay. Green Bay traded up. They select Drake London. We managed to net Devonte Wyatt and Johan Dotson out of that, and we still, even though we had to drag CPGM Drew kicking and screaming, we still managed to get Boye Mafe early in the 2nd round. So that puts us in the 68th overall pick in round 3. Gentlemen, which direction should we go? Do we go back to the offense? Do we get a someone to tote the pill?
We could look at corners too. Hey,
let's look at corner. Tariq Woolen. I don't know about that scheme for him though.
Yeah,
the scheme don't really work.
They added Marlon Mack.
I like Marlon Mack.
Yeah, We got Rex Burkhead. Yeah, they could use a running back. You know, you got Icky with Tunsil and you know, get a running back with the Marlon Mack. That's been injury prone last couple seasons. So
yeah, you gotta protect yourself. I think that Kenneth Walker has the most out of the three, is the most excitable player out of the three. In terms of
best ball carrier.
Seeing it, getting it, and going, and even getting more than what's there. I think Breece Hall and Isaiah Spiller are both great all-around backs. There's everything, they can do everything that you need from the backfield. So, Walker has that issue with pass protection. To me, it's either you're going with comfort and Breece Hall and Spiller, or you're going with the pizzazz and flash of Kenneth Walker.
Who's it going to be, Headley?
I think Spiller's the best. He's got the best hands out of all three.
You know, in the running back class, I think Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker are the two best in the class. I think there's a little drop off before you get to Spiller. I've been talking physical all through this draft class for Houston, and Kenneth Walker is the physical back over Breece Hall.
Okay, there it is. That is the mantra of this draft: physicality.
Before you walk in the draft room, they got a thing up that says physical.
All right, so our next pick comes in the 4th round with the 107th overall. Just a quick recap: Ekwonu, Wyatt, Dotson, Mafe, and most recently Kenneth Walker. Let's see where things fall out as we come back on the board. Trey McBride still there. We have back-to-back picks in the 4th round. I'm gonna make this pick for y'all. It's gonna be Trey McBride.
You gonna run it up to the thing?
Yeah.
Me and Haley went to the bathroom in the draft room, but we just went to the bathroom and then we came back and you made the pick.
I made the pick.
Okay.
All right. So what do we do? What do we follow that up with?
Look at corner. Let's just see what corner looking like. And what does safety look like?
Oh, that's my guy.
It's your guy, bro. Maybe you made both picks while we was gone, bro.
Any other position of concern?
We got our receiver, got our tight end, got our running back, got our offensive line. They probably could use another offensive lineman.
Yeah, we probably could go back to the offensive line. I don't love it. Let's see. D'Angelo Malone.
Oh, he there, bro?
Tyree Smith from Ohio State.
Hey, man, keep an eye on D'Angelo Malone, man.
Channing Tindall, Darian Bevers. Those are quality players.
Jalen Reeves-Maben, excuse me. Christian Kirksey.
They got a bunch of guys on 1-year deals, like placeholders.
Yeah, Kruger Hill. I think they just gave him a 1-year deal or 2-year deal. Yeah, they just re-signed him. He played well for them last year.
I'm comfortable with your safety.
McKinley.
I'm comfortable with Tyndall. I'm comfortable. I think he.
Channing.
Yeah, okay. those linebackers right there, he's probably the best one in terms of the scheme they're gonna run there. And then corner. Job inconsistent, or Job? Is it Job? I think it's Job. Inconsistent.
It is Job. And
Kendrick ran like a 5 flat.
Nah,
something like that.
although I think in this scheme, Kendrick can actually play.
Yeah, he might be okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't take him. There's some other guys that I would take before him, but I think he'd be fine. He'd be best suited for this particular scheme.
Let's grab. I'm comfortable with Tyndall or
Tyndall.
Safety.
I like Shannon Tyndall. I do, but I think you got a more pressing need, and I don't think in terms of my board, I don't have a big discrepancy between McKinley and Tyndall overall. So McKinley is the pick here. Yeah, I just took the 4th round for you guys. You guys can get back in there. You guys can get back in there in a minute here. Our next selection comes in the 6th round. We have 3 picks in the 6th round, and then we have a very late 7th round pick. So let's just recap a little bit. Let's recap a little bit here. A lot of conversation. A lot of discussion and debate regarding the 3rd overall pick, considering Titus Howard maybe moving back out to tackle. But we ultimately decided to place an emphasis on becoming more physical on either side of the line of scrimmage. So Ekwonu was the pick. We traded down. managed to net Devonte, Wyatt, and Johan Dotson with a pair of picks in the 20s. And then Boye and Mafe fell right into our lap in the second round. Kenneth Walker at the top of the third was a beautiful pick, followed by Trey McBride and Verone McKinley. So I'm feeling great about this draft. I don't know about how you guys feel, but I feel great. I think the Texans are doing a wonderful job in this particular draft. And they found, at least 5 starters as far as I can see. You know what I'm saying? And, by year 2 at least. I think you have 5 starters at a minimum.
5, right?
Yeah, it's probably more. It's probably more than that.
Everybody started.
Everybody started. Everybody.
At least by 2023, I would expect everybody to start. Yeah.
I'm looking at you, bro, in the war room. Say, bro, have you seen our roster?
All right. So here we are in the 6th round. One of 3 6th-round picks. What do you want to do here? What do you think about Jalen Watson?
He was at the
Yeah, he was at Mobile.
Yeah, he was.
I kind of liked him.
Yeah, he fit the scheme.
Jalen Watson.
Yeah. I love the speed defense.
All right, so we're gonna go with Jalen Watson from Washington State. We saw him at the Senior Bowl. Has some length that you want from the position, and just the style of play that would fit him best would be a cover 2, cover 3 zone scheme.
Yeah, I like it. At this point in the draft, 6th round, I know you got some good traits there. He really competed in Mobile. Yeah, he's a little rough around the edges, but I like the way he competed. Here we are, back on the clock in the 6th round. All right, so we're back. CPGM Headley, little technical difficulties, but we're going to push through. We're going to push through here. I love what we've done to this point, fellas. I don't know about you guys, but I love what we've done. Ekwonu, Wyatt, Dotson, Mafe, Walker, McBride, McKinley, Watson. We got 3 more picks, 2 in the 6th round, 205, 207, and then one last one here at 245. So what do we do with these final 3 picks? Demarco.
That's your guy, bro?
Demarco. Really impressed with him at the Senior Bowl. He was excellent. He was excellent in the Sun Belt. I think he's going to get better. I think he's the type of player that's going to actually get better. So if you want to go linebacker, that'd be my choice.
I like Malcolm Rodriguez. He jumped off the page to me. He was, I was just, you can just watching the game and I wasn't really looking at anybody in particular. And he just kept popping up, man. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was extremely productive. I don't think he's the most athletic guy out there. I think he plays with extreme high effort. And I don't think he's the biggest guy either. So he's just kind of one of those guys that understands he knows who he is and is just going to go out there, put his hard hat on and get the job done.
You remember that deep crossing route that Demarco Jackson just took off at the snap. He just recognized it. I don't know what the tell was, but he recognized it. He took off at the snap, ran to a spot about 25 yards from the line of scrimmage and was in perfect position. You're going to run this cover 2 scheme where you need your mic to be able to carry, play, tight ends and slot guys down the seam. If you're telling me Malcolm Rodriguez has that capability, all right. But
no. He's limited. He's not. Oh, that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah. If we're going linebacker, Demarco Jackson would be the pick for me. Headley, what do you think?
Yeah, I want guys that's going to be able to that scheme. You know what I'm saying? Lovey's going to come in with his scheme. Could have the instincts and that speed to get to that spot.
All right, so Demarco Jackson is the pick. Oh, Stuper. That was going to be the next pick. Yeah.
We should have went Stuper first.
Yeah.
And then win.
Yeah, Jackson. You're right. You are correct, sir. Tyree Carter, I think he'd be an early day 3 pick. I don't think he's going to last this long come the actual draft. All right. Let's see how it all sorts itself out here with the last pick. As we're getting to that point, what we've done to this point, Ekwonu, Wyatt, Dotson, trade down with the Green Bay Packers. Got a steal in the 2nd round with Boye Mafe. Top of the 3rd round, Kenneth Walker. Followed by Trey McBride, Verone McKinley. And of course, we started to go Senior Bowl heavy here. Drew. Jalen Watson, Demarco Jackson, Carter, McKinley, McBride. Actually, all 5 of those guys were at the Senior Bowl.
Go with what you know.
In addition to Wyatt and Mafe, and Dotson was supposed to be there, but he didn't actually play. So a very large Mobile contingency here, but we feel good about it. Feel real good about it. I think we've done a bang up job here. Let's see what we're going to do here with the last selection the 245th pick in this draft. The injury concern here, but here at the end of the 7th round, we're playing with house money. See if we can catch lightning in a bottle with Braylon Sanders. All right,
last few
gents.
picks are always going to be that. Just go for
traits, upside,
traits,
special
sparky,
teams capability.
all that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, gents. So, Headley, tell me what are your thoughts on our selections here for the Houston Texans? What do you think about, hindsight being 2020? I mean, obviously, it's very soon to be considered hindsight, but what do you think about the trade down, the totality of our draft?
Yeah, I know. We had a lot of discussion that pick 3. You know what I'm saying? We probably would have loved to get a Hutchinson or a Tibbs or somebody like that on the edge. But I do like that we got Boye in the 2nd round. And we went trenches, man. We got Ikem. We'll see about Titus Howard, where he ends up playing. But we got Ikem and we got Devonte Wyatt with the first 2 picks. I think those were excellent picks. We're surrounding David Mills with some weapons, man. We got Dotson at receiver, Kenneth Walker at running back, Trey McBride at tight end. So, you know what I'm saying? We'll see year 2 development of Mills. And then if he doesn't pan out, we're still in the running for a quarterback next year.
Yeah, I would agree. And like I was saying before, when we first started this draft, it's going to be a slow burn for this team in terms of building it up. And this is a good start. When you talk about
an excellent start, bro. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. And I'm impressed with us, bro.
Well, you have a defensive coordinator and Lovie Smith, defensive coach. So you got to make sure you want to get all your pieces in that will help you to fulfill that scheme that you're going to run. Maybe we don't have the corners that we want, but you're probably not going to be able to get everything all in one shot. So, we definitely took care of the front 4 for sure. We got a linebacker in Jackson who will be a work in progress, but a guy who, you don't necessarily have to throw out there right away. But I do like the skill set that he brings in would match up as long as he can understand how that scheme works. And again, like Headley said, in terms of supporting your quarterback, if they're saying Davis Mills is the guy, well, then let's get him some weapons. We did that, and Kenneth Walker and Johan Dotson. And we protected him with Ikem, kicking Ikem inside and pushing Howard outside, and let's run it and see what it looks like.
I'm just marveling at this mock draft hours. It's like you said, though, Drew. It really is like you said. This is an excellent start. I think you have a down line that's going to compete. It's a young group, so they'll have their growing pains, but I think they can get better. We managed to get some weapons here. Headley mentioned that as far as surrounding Davis Mills, giving Davis Mills an opportunity to actually, carve out perhaps a long-term role here. They're certainly going to give him the shot to earn that spot in 2022. Based on how he acquitted himself in 2021, Ekwonu goes a long way with respect to that. But then when you add Johan Dotson, who could ultimately be your receiver 1, of course they extended Brandon Cooks. So again, you're trying to surround your young quarterback with weapons, speed, certainly. And then Kenneth Walker, we all agree that he's the best ball carrier in the class. Perhaps their best ball carrier last year was Rex Burkhead. So certainly an upgrade from that perspective. Trey McBride, I think you could slot in, even though he's a tight end, which generally takes young players some time to get acclimated. I think he is an upgrade to that position. You can move and use Brevin Jordan more in a kind of a move tight end type of role as opposed to inline. McKinley is one of my draft favorites at safety, patrolling that back end. The ball skills of the ground that he covers certainly can play in that cover 2 scheme. Jalen Watson gives you some upside in terms of some traits, some physical gifts that you don't always find in corners. He's a little rough around the edges, but I think he's talented. Demarco Jackson, I think he's the sleeper of the group. Jatari Card is also a good player. I don't think he's going to be on the board late in the draft, but Jackson is the sleeper in the group for my money. I think particularly in this scheme, he could carve out a lengthy career himself. Maybe never going to be a Pro Bowler or someone of note of that regard, but I think he can be a long-term player at the NFL level, even as a 6th round selection from Appalachian State. Guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Let us know what you think down in the comments. For Drew, Headley, this is Juice signing off.